Sheldon Azimov. I'm a Montreal-born entrepreneur, consultant, and Uber driver. I have studied Native American shamanism for over 20 years. And I've studied it with the Deer Tribe Métis Medicine Society, which is based in Phoenix, Arizona. And my teacher, who is no longer alive, his name is Harley Swift-Deer Reagan, and I give him and the people that are associated with him full credit for this information. It was taught to me, but it is not coming from me. It is coming from a long tradition known as the Twisted Hares Council of Elders. I am in this path of knowledge. I am a fourth gateway apprentice, a pipe carrier, a sundancer, a drummer, and a study group leader. Now, shamanism is the study of human energy, how to harness and use it mostly for the benefit of self, life, and others. I would like to share one of the many teachings with you today, and I will start with a medicine song to bring everybody present in this space. So I'll put this down. And now, this song is known as I'll say this, the Plains Indians, the Indians that lived in North American plains, one of their sports was to steal horses sometimes. And this song is called the Horse Stealing Song. So, what I'd like you to do is sing along if you would like to do so. I'm going to sing by myself. There's a lead, a drum, and a chorus. I'll sing the whole thing to start, but if you feel like it at any point, you come in at the drum and the chorus part of it. And don't worry, it's it's easy. Now, besides wanting to sing because it's fun, it's going to be tied in with the presentation itself, and you'll understand what drumming might have to do with what I'm going to present to you. Did anybody feel like they wanted to go steal a horse? No? Okay. According to shamanism, we humans, besides having physical bodies, we also have what is known as the luminous egg or cocoon, which surrounds our physical body as an orb of vibrating light energy. This is not in our normal visual spectrum, but some people can see it clearly. Perhaps you might have gotten a glimpse of it from time to time. This luminous egg contains a variety of energetic elements, including the chakras, which are well known to those who study Eastern philosophy and religion, along with what are called the shields, dancers, and assemblage points. All related teachings regarding this luminous egg are known as the human flowering tree luminous egg or cocoon. Today we will focus on the assemblage points. Each assemblage point is a small bright spot or portal within the human luminosity, meaning this orb, okay? You could think of like a communication hub. Information flows in and out of this, connecting our inner workings with our surroundings and beyond that, the entire universe. So you can imagine thousands of filaments, which each one contains information, converging at this one point, entering the body, and then fanning out within our miniature universe, which is ourselves. There are 3 assemblage points. The moving assemblage point is synonymous with what is called ki or chi in Eastern traditions. When we take our first breath, it leaves our navel and it begins to circulate throughout the meridians of the body in a 24-hour cycle. It establishes the normal ebb and flow of our biorhythms in all 5 aspects of our being: emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, and sexual. The great light assemblage point is the second one. That remains, we are born with it in the navel, and it stays there our entire life. It is the point from which we reach out to perceive universal truths. It is our connection with the everything. It could be described as a transmission line between us as humans and the source of the force. The stationary assemblage point is the focal point of energy whose function is to determine how we perceive reality. Like an electronic tuner, its position will determine what station and what program we are playing and what we are aware of. Although it is called stationary or static, it moves in specific and usually gradual ways. We will look at this movement closely because it is crucial in determining both our everyday reality and our evolution as sacred humans. So, looking at this, when we are born, our stationary assemblage point is in our navel. Over the first 3 years of our life, it moves up the body to around here, and then this way across the chest, and finds a position somewhere around here. This position that it assumes at the time enables us to perceive reality in a way that is best suited to our specific growth. Subsequently, meaning the rest of our lives, this assemblage point can move along 3 different paths. The 3 paths are the red road, which is the human road, which is the proper shift in movement; the blue road, the animal road, which is the improper shift in movement; and the yellow road, or plant road, which is the one that it moves, that is caused, the movement is caused through hallucinogenic drugs. The red road is the optimal path for the stationary assemblage point to follow. As you can see by the numbers, it moves from 1 to 4 horizontally, and then down to 11, which is the navel. That is the potential for it to move. Every station requires a person to hold a substantially higher level of energy than the previous one. Therefore, Very few people in recorded history have gone the entire route back to the source. We're looking at Christ, the Buddha, Moses, Muhammad. These are enlightened masters. This is an incredibly high level of human achievement. The majority of people worldwide are in what we call a point station or assemblage point station 2. Now, if you can see where that's located on the top line. This is also known as the point of reason. The name is ironic. It means that these people see everything in black and white. Stability and continuity are of paramount importance for them. They reason themselves into habitual, secure, comfortable, everyday reality, whereby change is threatening, and so are those with a different point of view. To move past this station, it takes the will to strive for individuality and autonomy without preconceived, quote-unquote, reasonable notions, and therefore find alignment with life in its diversity and spectrum of existence. So in other words, if you want your assemblage point to shift, you have to gain more energy. And I will explain what that requires. Gaining more energy, I'll come back to it actually. The A point station 3, which is moving towards the center, is known as Other Worlds Trust. It provides a heightened awareness of reality, whereby more achievement and transformation is possible. By gaining multiple viewing points, in other words, seeing different perspectives, the individual is able to make informed decisions that differ from those he was perhaps conditioned to earlier in his life. So you start to evolve. Gaining freedom of expression, one is more open to the perspective of others to live and let live. So you could be more considerate towards robots, for example. Just kidding. A point station 4 is known as no concern. The purpose of all discipline is to reach this point. You enter and experience fast thought, which is knowing without knowing how you know. This is the place of workable knowledge where there are no dualities and you can split attention. You have a greater range of experience available to you at this point. And that leads to, presumably, a richer and more fulfilling life. So there is every reason to want to move the assemblage point in this direction. There is also no fear, because you feel surrounded and supported by a power greater than yourself. Number 5. Now we're starting to move down towards the center. That's known as not caring, not doing. Don't mistake it for something that's careless. You reach that after you have eliminated your self-importance and your attachment, especially to material things or to anything for that matter. You have to let go of attachments and be willing to step into the unknown. You become free to choose your reality, and you then experience unconditional love, which is unbiased and objective clarity, because essentially you see the love that is present in the universe at all times, and you experience it, you feel it. Number 6, known as no pity. This is all about getting rid of self-pity. No pity does not mean that you have no consideration. On the contrary, if you lose your own self-pity, you now can feel true compassion for other human beings. You are now able to transcend guilt, blame, and shame. Some of the most destructive things that we experience as humans. And now you replace that with self-love and self-appreciation. I'll just name the other stations. I won't go into what they represent. Next station is controlled dreaming. That's station number 7. Number 8, no return. Number 9, warrior's freedom. Number 10, silent knowledge. And number 11, fire from within. If you want more information on these, the Assemblage Point teachings, you can also look at Carlos Castaneda and his many books, I think 13 books. The last 2 books or 2 of his last books are The Power of Silence, which is number 10, and The Fire from Within, which is number 11. The whole book is about that experience. So, I want to now just talk about the other 2 roads. The yellow road is the one that teacher plants or hallucinogenics will take you on. Of course, nobody here would know about that. The assemblage point cuts diagonally across the chest. Those using those drugs, essentially, the assemblage point will move this way, and it will move towards the navel. Because it can go so close, people feel like they all of a sudden have achieved enlightenment. However, you know what happens? It's just induced by the drug, and then it wears off, and they return to their normal state. There's no lasting effect. The blue road is the most undesirable road. That is the road that starts over here and moves downwards to 4 different stations, which are needy, wounded, abandoned, and lost. Most psychiatric problems such as deep depression, catatonia, schizophrenia, psychopathology, all are along that road. So I won't go into it anymore. There are many interim statements. There are many interim stations in the stationary assemblage points journey. So if you're going from 2 to 3 or 3 to 4, there are points in between. Okay? Each gain in maturity, healthfulness, and individuality moves it in the right direction. These are some of the activities that can really help to move your assemblage point in the good place, especially, say, for example, you're down, your energy is low, you're feeling not so good. Well, any of these things will help you. Yoga, meditation, ceremony, healing modalities of whatever type, like massage and all of those things, lovemaking, hiking, singing, and drumming. These can all shift your stationary assemblage point and produce feelings of greater wholeness and connection, which have lasting effect. So, if I can make a recommendation, we all have to attend to our physical, financial, and family needs, and these demand much of our energy. But we should also seek out experiences, such as being alone in nature, that reconnect us to our source. Anything which removes us from the daily grind and helps us remember the parts of ourselves and the feelings that we loved as when we were kids is helpful to walking what is called the good red road. Okay, on that note, I'd like to return to our song here. And this time, because drumming is one of the things that can help your assemblage point to move in a positive manner, just observe how you're feeling while we're drumming. And now you all know the song, you have to join in. I can't do it by myself. Apparently, there's no time for questions, so. But, I do have my information. Can you have the, keep going? Oh, yeah, let me just go back to that. So, this is my teacher, Harley Swift de Reagan. He passed away in 2013, a man of incredible intellect and a humanitarian. And I honor him. Next. So, here's my information if you care to take it down. If you have any questions or you want more information, if you'd like to drum, we drum every month. In fact, we have a session on Sunday, so you can come. First time you come, it's free. Second time, it's not very expensive either. So we do that in Ganawage, in the native reserve, and it's a great, it's a lot of fun. And we also have other activities. You can also look up, where it happened to my info? Oh, go back one, please. Sorry. This, if you want information about the deer tribe itself, it's dtmms.org. It's a very elaborate site. There's a lot to be learned. Thank you all.